Death is the one rule that applies to everything on Earth, or so we're told. From microscopic organisms to massive mammals, life follows a straight line. Birth, aging, and eventually death. But nature doesn't always play by our rules. Hidden beneath oceans, forests, and even inside laboratories are creatures that challenge what we think we know about dying. Some can reverse aging, some survive conditions that should kill them instantly, and others can come back from the edge of death like it never happened. Today, we're counting down 5 animals that scientifically broke the rules of death. Creatures that forced scientists to rewrite biology textbooks. These aren't legends or myths. These are real animals with abilities that sound impossible, yet exist. Number 5, tardigrade, the animal that refuses to die. The tardigrade, also known as the water bear, is one of the most resilient life forms ever discovered. Measuring less than a millimeter long, this microscopic animal can survive conditions that would instantly kill almost anything else on Earth. Extreme heat, freezing temperatures, crushing pressure, radiation, dehydration. Tardigrades endure it all by entering a state called cryptobiosis, where their metabolism nearly stops. What truly breaks the rules of death is their ability to survive decades without food or water, then return to normal life once conditions improve. Tardigrades have even survived the vacuum of space. Scientists exposed them directly to cosmic radiation and zero atmosphere. And when rehydrated back on Earth, many simply woke up and continued living. As far as biology is concerned, they shouldn't exist, yet they do. What makes tardigrades even more astonishing is how they protect their DNA during near-death states. When dehydrated, tardigrades produce unique proteins that replace water inside their cells, forming a glass-like structure that prevents molecular damage. This allows their DNA to remain stable even under intense radiation levels that would shred genetic material in other animals. Scientists have discovered that tardigrades can tolerate radiation doses hundreds of times higher than what would be lethal to humans. Some studies even suggest they can survive asteroid impacts under specific conditions. In essence, tardigrades don't just pause life, they preserve it at a molecular level, waiting patiently for the right moment to restart. Their survival strategies are now being studied for applications in medicine, space travel, and long-term biological storage. Number 4, the immortal jellyfish, a creature that reverses death. The Turritopsis dohrnii, commonly called the immortal jellyfish, does something no other complex animal can naturally do. It reverses its life cycle. When injured, starving, or facing death, this jellyfish doesn't die. Instead, it transforms its adult cells back into juvenile cells and returns to its polyp stage, essentially becoming young again. In theory, this process can repeat indefinitely, making the jellyfish biologically immortal. It doesn't mean it can't be killed by predators or disease, but it doesn't age toward death like other animals. Scientists studying this jellyfish discovered it uses a process called transdifferentiation, where cells change function entirely. This animal didn't just bend the rules of death, it turned aging into a reversible condition. The immortal jellyfish's ability to reverse aging has forced scientists to reconsider the idea that aging is irreversible. Unlike other animals, Turritopsis dohrnii can repeatedly escape death by resetting its biological clock, not once, but potentially endlessly. Genetic analysis has revealed that this jellyfish activates genes associated with DNA repair and cellular rejuvenation far more efficiently than humans or other animals. Interestingly, this process doesn't require external intervention. It happens naturally when the jellyfish is stressed or injured. However, immortality comes at a cost. Many don't survive predators long enough to repeat the cycle. Still, the fact that nature evolved a system where adulthood is optional makes this jellyfish one of the most radical exceptions to the rules of life and death ever discovered. Number 3. Axolotl, the animal that regrows itself from death. The axolotl, a salamander native to Mexico, is famous for its ability to regenerate, but its powers go far beyond regrowing limbs. Axolotls can regenerate entire arms, legs, spinal cords, portions of the brain, heart tissue, and even parts of their eyes, all without scarring. What makes this terrifyingly impressive is that axolotls don't just heal, they rebuild perfectly. If vital organs are damaged to the point where most animals would die, axolotls can regenerate the lost tissue and continue living normally. Scientists studying axolotls found that they activate genetic pathways that humans possess but can't fully use anymore. In essence, axolotls show us that death from injury isn't always permanent, at least not in nature. What truly amazes scientists about axolotls is that their regeneration doesn't increase cancer risk, something that should theoretically happen with such rapid cell division. Instead, axolotls possess extraordinary genetic control mechanisms that regulate growth perfectly. When a limb or organ is damaged, the axolotl forms a structure called a blastema, a mass of undifferentiated cells that rebuilds tissue with precise accuracy. Number 2, wood frog, the animal that freezes to death and comes back. The wood frog performs one of the most extreme biological feats on the planet. During winter, this frog literally freezes solid. Its heart stops, its lungs stop, blood circulation halts. By all medical definitions, the frog is dead. But when temperatures rise, the wood frog thaws and comes back to life. It survives by flooding its body with glucose, which acts like antifreeze, preventing cells from rupturing. Once thawed, its heart restarts, and normal biological functions resume. Scientists studying this phenomenon believe it could have major implications for human organ preservation and emergency medicine. This frog doesn't escape death, it temporarily enters it and returns. The wood frog's freeze survival ability is one of the most extreme examples of suspended animation in vertebrates. Number 1. Ant queens, living beyond biological limits. In the insect world, most creatures live for weeks or months, but ant queens shatter this expectation completely. While worker ants may live only a few months, some queens live 20 to 30 years, making them some of the longest living insects on Earth. What's extraordinary is that ant queens don't show typical signs of aging for most of their lives. They maintain reproductive ability, physical strength, and immune resistance far longer than expected. Scientists discovered that queens activate unique genetic repair systems that slow cellular damage and oxidative stress. In a way, ant queens don't defeat death, they postpone it far beyond what biology predicts. What's most fascinating is that genetically, queens are often identical to worker ants, meaning lifespan isn't just about DNA, but about how genes are activated. Ant queens prove that extreme longevity doesn't always require changing genetics, just rewriting biological priorities. If you found this fascinating, hit like, subscribe, and comment below. Which of these animals shocked you the most, and should humans try to copy them? Because sometimes, death is just another rule waiting to be broken.